I'm here with Orin Thomas, who is a principal cloud operations advocate.
Yes.
It's hard to say, for Microsoft. And so your job is more on the sort of IT pro side of things rather than development, is that right?
Yes, and so it's very important that Microsoft not just talk to people who are in the developer space, but in the IT pro space. So people who are working in very traditional organisations, managing infrastructure and servers. So my role is to sort of talk to them, who are the traditional Microsoft customers, and also talk about how their role evolves and how they manage those servers in the cloud or manage workloads in the cloud, because developers tend to be more about the creation of workloads, and IT pros tend to be about the maintenance and the latter life cycle of those workloads. So my job encompasses both on-prem Microsoft products and Azure Microsoft products, and then the interaction of those products through hybrid.
Yeah, cool. And it's interesting that you're sort of putting that, because a lot of our learners are in the IT pro space as well.
Yep.
And a lot of the content we have on Azure is for that side of things as well as development. So it's a really important, to create the full picture, we need to have both, right?
Absolutely. In fact, if you look at the vast majority of workloads that are running in all of the public clouds, they tend to be infrastructure as a service workloads, which is far more up the IT pros alley than it is for a developer. In fact, one of the challenges that a lot of people that have moved to the cloud have is they forget those basic principles of systems administration, like keep your servers up to date, make sure that you apply rigorous password policies, all of those boring things, and they're just much more sitting there going, we just want to develop our app and deploy our app, and surely the cloud takes care of everything for us. And the reality is that there's a shared responsibility model. There's certain things that we as a cloud provider are responsible for. There are certain things that you as a cloud customer are responsible for, and you need to be aware of that. And as an IT operations advocate, I'm really there to remind customers these are the tools that you can use to discharge your responsibilities on the side of the shared responsibility model. It's not just a matter of you deploy with us and we're going to look after everything. No, we're going to look after certain things, but you're still responsible for certain things such as patching of VMs, maintenance of your workloads, securing your workloads. We can help you, but we can't do it all for you.
It makes sense, and we often forget that, I think.
Yep.
So you mentioned IaaS.
Yep.
And considering today we're doing sort of a security theme thing, are there things that will, on Azure, that really helps the security part of the IaaS sort of implementation, I guess?
So one of the products that I talk about and some of my colleagues talk about is Azure Security Center. So the idea of Azure Security Center is that it will tell you a lot of what you need to know about securing your subscriptions and your workloads.
Yep.
It'll give you helpful hints. It'll go and look at the configuration of your workloads and then prioritize the steps that you need to take to tighten them up, and the steps that are most effective that you can take. So what it does is it scores each step, and it'll say, well, you'll get 50 points if you turn on multi-factor authentication for administrator accounts that are used to administer your subscription. You'll get X number of points if you turn on Azure software update and you configure just-in-time access to these particular virtual machines. So no one's expecting you, especially in this new environment, to come in and understand what you need to do. You do need tools to assist you with that, and in Azure, the really excellent tool to do that is Azure Security Center, because it'll go through and tell you, oh look, you haven't done this, this is what best practice is, this is how you can further secure your subscription to best practice, based on what your current configuration is.
Yeah, I had a quick look at Security Center in some other context, I think, and it really is that easy. Like it says, this is wrong, click here, and it basically gives you the steps how to fix it.
Now, some of it will do for you, some of it will just link you to the article where you've got to go and do the configuration yourself. But for example, installing anti-malware software on your VMs, that's something it can do automatically for you.
Right. Yeah. That's really cool. So I think that's pretty much all we have time for, but thanks very much, Orin. Appreciate it.
Cheers, thank you very much, Lars.